Welcome to Go Bears Diecast Workshop, Episode 3. I have the pleasure of being part of the 56 Flashsider Invitational that's being hosted by the Three Blind Mice. So let's get started. This happens to be a pretty simple casting. And as usual, I will begin by drilling out the single post that holds the casting together. I'm using my center punch to ensure that when I start to drill, the bit won't walk on me. I'll start out with the 1/16 bit and drilled straight down the center. I'll follow up by a bit that matches the head of the post, just checking to make sure that it's not going to cut into that plastic base. Taking it slow and easy as I get started so it doesn't walk on me. Now I'm attempting to get this casting apart. It's giving me a little bit of trouble. I have to use a little bit of force. There it goes, flying. As you can see, you have the base, the casting, and of course the windshield. That's it. Definitely going to be doing a wheel swap on it. Don't like the wheels. I'm going to go ahead and clean up that post. Get it ready to tap. Need to make sure that the bit is tight. You want to drill down enough so that when you tap it, the 256 screw will fit flush with the base and hold the casting together nice and securely. I like to use some cutting fluid when I'm doing my taps. Just makes it easier for me. I've snapped one of those taps, so lesson learned for me is to go ahead and use the cutting fluid. I go in a few turns and then try to back it out to clean out the cutting. I didn't crank on that really hard. It's just a way for me to get a grip on that. But as you can see, I'm backing that out. Get my file out, clean it up around the post. So when it goes back together, it's a nice clean fit. Going to test fit the 256 screw. Just put it back together. Make sure it's nice and tight. Now it's time for it to go in the stripper. Get it ready for paint. I use a citrus strip. I usually have to leave it in there several hours to get it a nice clean casting. Now for the wheel swap. I'm going to take off these existing wheels that came with the casting. I will come back with some real riders on it. Try to make sure I get the right stance. Do the same thing that everyone else does. The guys, as far as using the 1/16 tubing and having to cut the slots in there for the super glue, and then ensuring that the wheels roll and it fits in the casting. The base usually has to be modified. Now here you see I came back with a gold, and I was thinking that was the color I was going to go with, but it's going to take another stripper bath. I wasn't feeling that color. Here it is with the black base. I'm going to come back with a color shift. It's going to have a lot of metallic in it. But I was much happier with this color. That's you're going to see soon. There you see I have the real riders on, and I'm going to detail the undercarriage using a little bit of silver testers with a paintbrush. Not a whole lot on the bottom to detail, but I like to spend a little bit of time doing that. It's a shame when you don't touch that stuff and you just leave it the way it is. You can also tell that I took that chrome base and I went on and painted it a flat black, and then came back with the detailing. If a casting happens to have an interior that I can deal with, I'm going to always detail it. I think it's that little extra bit that makes the build. This is where I'm going to leave it as far as on the base itself with the detailing. Now there is the color. The camera couldn't do justice with this one. But if you put it out in the sunlight, this thing is absolutely beautiful. I did do some of the detailing, the door handles, the headlights, tail lights. And here's the final product. I think the stance is great. Did the license plate. I let the rear wheels come out a little bit. I think it made it look mean. I'd like to thank Lee and Paul and George for the opportunity to be part of their monthly build. Hopefully they're going to offer an opportunity again. I'll definitely be participating. Anxious to see what the other customizers are going to do with this. There's a lot of us participating. If you guys like what you see, please subscribe. Ring the bell so you'll be notified of any future builds on my channel. And again, thank you, Three Blind Mice. See ya.